Turn off the noise. Turn it off. Summertime. Why am I freaking recording this? Beverage. Hi, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Courtney, you can call me Quartz, and it is the most beautiful summer day. I just came back from the beach and I had like a week and a bit off because I did have a very traumatic week at work, which I will be getting into in a later video. So I needed some time and I went and I saw my family, I got to hold my baby niece, and all feels right in the world again. So coming back, I feel like I can sit down and react to my Barbenheimer trailer reactions with you guys. In those videos, I watch the trailers when they come out, make my own predictions on what I think is gonna happen, the tone of the movie, themes, etc., etc. So having said that, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch my initial reactions and see, now that I've seen the movies, how close or how far off I was, or if I made any accurate predictions. Go ahead and watch my Oppenheimer trailer reaction, watch my Barbie trailer reaction, because I'm gonna skip past that. I'm just gonna get to the parts where I'm making my predictions. Before we get started, like this video, subscribe to my channel because I'm so close to being monetized and I feel like I've really started to cultivate a bit of a community here on this channel. I'm so excited about it. I love talking about movies. I love making movies and I can't wait to share more of that with you guys. Hit that like button below and let's get started. No spoilers, but here we go. I feel like there's an explosion. Okay. I think I'm so funny. 3-minute trailer, which I'm so happy I waited for, coming out on my birthday along with Barbie. So to be released on July 21st, this is the first time that black and white film has been used in IMAX for film cameras for specific scenes. As we saw through the trailer, there were certain shots in black and white and then color, and it's like there's... Okay, so the black and white, I still didn't get it until I saw the movie, but that's because I didn't want any spoilers. So subjective and objective. I think maybe I actually touch on this, but I don't think I fully understood it. Now, after seeing the movie, the black and white scenes are like the media and outside perspectives, and the color perspectives are the moments that Oppenheimer is truly living in, because Christopher Nolan had wanted to write the script in the first person, which he did. And so that was his way of exploring the visual elements from the first person, AKA the movie. So that's what I learned. Okay, moving on. There's a lot going on, but the intention there is to explore perspectives. In my research, I found that Christopher Nolan was actually writing the whole script in the first person. So I don't know. I feel like facts. I tend to write in first person when I'm like thinking about writing, but in movies you're trying to show versus tell, so it's better to, you know, third person the entire perspective. And he had said that the black and white I disagree with that. I disagree with my past self. I think that it is excellent and creative to explore writing it outside of the third person, especially in film. And I think that you limit yourself if you try to put yourself in a box and write in only the third person. So, there, past me. Or film or coloring represents objective, black and white objective. See, I look confused. So, more like the third person. I literally look confused. I'm literally like, is that right? And then the color to be subjective perspective. Color scenes, he's noted, were the first person perspective, and the black and white one would maybe been how they would have seen everything unfold on film cameras back in the day, with black and white being the only film available. So still what I was trying to say was like touching on how the media might have perceived Oppenheimer versus what he was actually experiencing with the black and white film. It's really interesting, and knowing that, I'm going to go into this movie with completely different observations than I might have previously. And I did.
Without knowing that, I just am like, what's happening? Like, I don't always put two and two together, but sometimes I do.
Otherwise, people are... When you spend all this time editing YouTube videos, you really get annoyed with yourself very quickly. Alleging that Christopher Nolan was hinting to this being his next film in his previous film, Tenet. Let me know if you caught that. I still haven't seen Tenet. Let me know if it was even catchable, and let me know if I should watch Tenet. I love Christopher Nolan. I think his writing is layered in so many different ways. Literally when I said layered, I was like thinking about Inception, because there's all these layers to the literal story and to the physical world. So I was like, layered. I don't even know. But anyway. Most of all, character-driven script. I think that Oppenheimer is going to give us that really juicy, rich feel of what it was like. And how character-driven of Christopher Nolan to write an entire 3-hour movie from the perspective of one character. Ah, delicious. To be a person in that time with this power inventing such a crucial, insane piece of our history, being the atomic bomb. Obviously, I am so excited for anything Cillian Murphy does. I'm a huge... I think my number one person, so embarrassing, that I would want to work with is Cillian Murphy. Like, he could probably do anything that you put him into, and yes, I am a simp. Okay, moving on. Peaky Blinders fan, and it did take me a long time to get into, but if you haven't seen it, you absolutely need to watch it. You absolutely
Perfect
television.
First season.
I don't say this, maybe I say this in the video actually. I don't say this lightly though. I think that Peaky Blinders is probably some of television's most perfect writing. Like it was a perfectly well-rounded 6 seasons. Like, we had character arcs, we had plot lines, nothing was forgotten, nothing was left out. Everything came together in the end in the way that you almost expected it to, but it unravels in a completely new and exciting way that you were hoping for the whole time. I don't know, I just love it, and I was emotionally attached to all the characters. All of the women are so well written, except for Grace. Like, I have a lot to say about Grace, but otherwise, perfect television. Because I'm the Arctic Monkeys and the Arctic Monkeys. Like, I'm pretty sure I say this. I don't know. We'll probably get to it, but if I haven't already mentioned it, the Arctic Monkeys using modern day music in a period piece rarely works. Y'all saw Baz Luhrmann's Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio. It didn't work. For me, anyway. That there are perfect seasons of television. Oh, there are. I truly believe that season 1 to season 6 of Peaky Blinders is perfect television writing. That's a hill I'll die on. Okay. Biggest feeling that I got from the trailer was the sense of time passing and
oh my gosh,
Kay. Oh my gosh, that was one of the things that I felt so strongly about after seeing Oppenheimer, because the whole movie feels like a literal timer going tick, 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 for 3 hours. Well, two hours until they meet the climax, which is when they launch the Trinity test. It feels like, even with the way the score flows throughout the whole movie, there's not a silent moment at all until that Trinity test bomb goes off. It literally feels like the first 2 hours are a timer. I didn't feel like the first 2 hours of Oppenheimer were that long at all. I thought the movie actually kind of flew by, and it reminded me of the pacing of Baz Luhrmann's To Bring Him Up Again. Elvis, because Elvis to me felt like very much in that same sort of pace of like, okay, we're getting more of a really long movie trailer with snippets of scenes versus a rich and more in-depth story, but the story was still rich. It was just, you're like moving along at a different pace. And I will say with Oppenheimer, that's kind of how it felt, but in a Christopher Nolan way, which made it like, as an audience member, it felt like you weren't even noticing the time passing. Wow. And I think that's all I have to say about the time right now. We'll see. Every scene is just going to get closer and closer and closer to the disaster of Hiroshima, which I'm assuming, maybe I just read that somewhere, that this is what the film leads up to or involves. I am ready for that. I think that's a pretty educated guess, Court. Ready for a big, intense, juicy movie. I'm really excited, but as I said, I didn't want to do too much research. I didn't want to see too many spoilers. I didn't want to have too many preconceived ideas about where this movie was going in terms of story. I'm certain that cinematography, and I don't know, I feel like even as I've been doing these movie trailers only for the last like 9 months on my YouTube channel, I feel like I've gotten so much more confident in what I'm saying. And I think I was a bit intimidated making this video because I didn't want to do too much research on it, and I knew that I would come off sort of like too much of a film bro if I sort of delved too deep on the internet stuff. Anyway, proud of myself. Directing and writing will all come together because, like I said, I'm a Christopher Nolan fan, so I'm going to enjoy it regardless. But Christopher Nolan, Cillian Murphy, like, can't go wrong. I don't have a lot of juicy tea or juicy fun facts for you, but if you have some for me, please leave them in the comments because I'm a huge dweeb and I love your fun movie facts. Last week I love it when you leave me all the long comments with all the information and tell me things, and I love it when you try to argue me. Nobody tries to argue me, but Sometimes people will leave huge comments, and especially under this video, because this video was one that happened to get me a bit more traction. Lots of people are coming in saying that, yes, the Trinity test brought peace and the bombing of Hiroshima brought peace. And like, I get it, you guys. I get it. The Trinity test brought an end to the Second World War. But I will argue that it did not bring world peace. Okay. And that's only because we're still currently living under nuclear threat every day. And every day there's like a huge potential that someone could like test a bomb and like blow up the world, because, you know, like the math is there and the math is mathing. So to say that we brought world peace, I would argue that, but I understand the perspective when people say the Trinity test brought peace because it brought an end to Nazi Germany, which I'm thankful for that. So let's move on to Barbie. Why don't we do that? This is my teaser trailer reaction with all my first initial thoughts on the Barbie teaser trailer. That's it? That's all we get? Okay, yeah, it's a teaser, girl. First of all, I just want to thank the universe and also God for giving me Barbenheimer on my 28th birthday, as well as Eras tour tickets. Just feeling really grateful for that. Super stoked. Okay, that's it. That is some butt. I want more. I want more already. So excited for this movie. You get it, girly. Don't even worry about it. For multiple reasons. Not only because it comes out on my birthday, but I feel like Greta Gerwig is the only person who could possibly make this movie. No, let me just say this. I feel like a female director is the only type of person. Yes, queen. You cannot tell me that a man would have made this movie half as good. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot tell me that Amy Schumer would have made this movie half as good. Carry on. Make this movie something great. Okay, so the overall vibe I was getting for the movie was like very campy, like especially in those Barbie Land moments. So much camp, so much iconic camp. Even in the human world, it was still campy as heck. And if you don't know what camp means, ding! Camp, the definition of camp. You're welcome. I want camp though. I want Barbie to be very campy. I want it to be extra. The Barbie logo, it feels very nostalgic of like the 90s, early 2000s. Like that is what I think of when I think of Barbie, is like that particular logo and type of font. Of course, lots of pink going on. As we all know, there was a pink paint shortage. I feel bad for set deck. All seen Margot Robbie in the already iconic pink cowboy outfit, which will be everywhere this Halloween. Yeah, and at first, I actually love that cowboy outfit so much. I wish I was into going to music festivals so that I could buy that outfit and wear it. I was not completely sold on Margot Robbie as Barbie. Not for any of... Actually sacrilegious. Take those words and shove them back into your mouth. Rude. Reason that I just thought it was kind of an obvious choice, and there's a lot of other, which is so funny because as we all know, the director, Miss Greta Gerwig adds that in at the end of the movie where she's like, and it's actually probably a good idea to not use Margot Robbie for this example of feeling ugly and hating yourself, because she literally looks like a goddess in a human body. She's perfect. Coming stars who could fulfill that role excellently. But then, can you believe she was 22 in Wolf of Wall Street? Like, that still blows my mind every fucking day, because who looks like that when they're 22? When I was 22, I still had baby fat. This is Hollywood, and the bigger the star, the bigger the budgets, the bigger the draw. And I'm definitely going to see this because I know she needs a bang trim. I saw someone write that Margot Robbie's career will officially be launched into the stratosphere now that she's Barbie. Yes, she will forever be an icon. Do I think her career wasn't already in a huge place? No, I feel like she was already on top of her game. Forever an icon. Forever an icon, okay? Excellent actress, and I can't wait to see how she pulls off Barbie. Absolutely not sold on Ryan Gosling. You know what? In my second trailer reaction to the full trailer, I do take these words back, so it's okay. Forgive me. Forgive me. I thought he was too old, as many people online did. Don't come for me. All thought it at one point. He's in his 40s now. How long can you be I only say that because if Margot Robbie was in her 40s, people would be like, what is she doing playing Barbie? She's too old, that hag. Yes, Rob. Yes, even Margot Robbie. I mean, God. Who would you cast as Barbie? Because there's a lot of blonde bombshell actresses out there that could do it. I still want to know. My first thought was my mom. I still want to know who you would cast as Barbie because, especially after seeing the movie, I don't think there's anybody else. I don't think there's anybody else. She just had this purity to her, this pure and innocent, like childlike state, but also just so calm, I don't know, tranquil until she gets anxiety, of course, but like, just, I don't think anybody else could capture that children's toy energy in the body of a woman going through adult things. It's quite hard. Being said, I thought right away, Sydney Sweeney, she is a Barbie doll. Okay, so now that we're talking about who I would have cast, because this was the teaser trailer, remember, Sydney Sweeney, absolutely not. She is way too much of a sex icon. I would put her in a role like Pamela Anderson before I would put her as Barbie, because it's still a children's toy. She can't have that much sex appeal, but she does look amazing and like a Barbie doll. Stunning. And I think she has the acting chops to fulfill this role. I also consider Jennifer Lawrence. I still, shut up. I still agree with that. I still believe that Sydney Sweeney has the chops. I just don't think that with her public image, people would perceive her the same way as if she was playing Barbie. I also consider Jennifer Lawrence, which then I realized maybe wouldn't work. It depends on the script, to be honest. I have no idea based on... Jennifer Lawrence, I feel like it would just be a different tone of comedy, perhaps. Trailer what the writing is gonna look like on screen, but I also considered Anya Taylor-Joy. Okay, hear me out. Oh, yes. It would be... Yes, I still want to see this version. I want to see if they're doing Barbie 2, which they will because it broke $1 billion. It broke $1 billion. They made $1 billion off of bitches going to see Barbie, and bitches is me. I am bitches. Anyways, I really would die to see Anya Taylor-Joy in the sequel. I would die to see that. What Barbie would Anya Taylor-Joy play? Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. Okay, different Barbie. Going ahead. But it would be excellent. Carrying on, in my opinion. And then I also thought about Emma Roberts as Barbie. She's so good at being a bitch, though. Like, I don't know if this Barbie would necessarily need those attributes. I don't know. Okay, cut to the... Wait, before I carry on.
What would you like?
She doesn't want anything. She wants you to start making mine extra hot, no foam pumpkin spice latte.
And then if we were making this more of an... I love Emma Roberts. I still think I think she could be in Barbie. I don't think she's stereotypical Barbie, but I think she is a Barbie. Because bitches be Barbies. I thought about Reese Witherspoon. I'm like, I know she would have killed it. I mean, Legally Blonde. Reese Witherspoon for President Barbie. I don't know if you guys know this. They had cast Amy Schumer as Barbie. All I'm saying is that I know Amy Schumer is up at night. She be Ragrats. All of these empowerment films about feeling good in your body, I think that's kind of the lane that Barbie is going to be swimming in. I think that's the real reason why okay. To everyone's surprise and delight, Barbie was in that vein of women empowerment. But what I loved about Barbie is that it was not just about women empowerment. It was about everybody empowerment. You are the best you because there's only one of you. And we do not belong in boxes like Barbie dolls as women. But also, we don't need any Mojo Dojo Casa houses because it's toxic for men first and then for everybody else. And I don't know where I'm going with this except for the fact that the messaging is there and it went beyond my expectations and my honestly even realizations. That was fun. That was fun for me to go back and comment on myself. I really enjoyed making this video. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if I should go back to any other previous movie trailers that I've reacted to. Like Dune is coming out in November, so should I be reacting to my trailer reaction to Dune? After I see Dune Part 2, like let me know. Is this a thing that I should do? If it's completely such a snooze and I'm lazy recycling content, you can call me out on that. I had a lot of fun. Like this video, subscribe to my channel for your support, and I can't wait to see you guys next week because I will be getting into some vulnerable stuff about my biggest mistake that I've made working on set. I think I'm ready to share that. Anyways, we'll see. Catch you next week. Okay, bye.